Yo, good morning people from sunny Abu Dhabi. So it's roughly about 7:30 in the morning and not quite sunny yet. Like, it's still tolerable to walk outside. I can still be out here without getting completely fried. And yeah, I'm going to the beach. I had to actually stop filming because I was walking past the British embassy, like my embassy of all embassies. And they also saw me filming, but they were very nice about it. They just asked me, what are you filming? And I says, oh, don't worry, it's just me. I'm not filming at the embassy. I used to work in an embassy, so I know, you're not meant to film those. And I showed them what I filmed. They didn't even make me delete anything because there was nothing showing the embassy. And they were very polite about it. To be honest, actually, when dealing with officials, if you come with a smile and you come polite, most times you'll get treated really well. It's only when people come with an attitude is when you get problems, I find the best way, if you want to get further in life, come with a smile, not with aggression. Come with a smile, and generally things go well. Anyway, I've decided to come now while it's still not too hot, because I just want to see the beach. Oh my God, there's always people shouting and noise and stuff like that. So hard to do this when you're filming, Anyway, I'm digressing. As I was saying, I don't want to edit out more. I decided to come now because, now it's not too hot yet. It's all right. And cool thing is, you can actually feel the breeze from the sea. The noise you're hearing above me, though, that's people with trimmers cutting the grass and all that. Anyway, I'm about to go in a tunnel. It's funny, if I was in London, I would be really on edge of going into a dark tunnel right now. Day or night, I don't care. But here, totally fine. I know I keep bashing my country, but it's a fact, the difference between here and there is totally different, Like, there's signs in this tunnel also saying that they're monitored by CCTV. They are in the UK as well. But those cameras in the UK don't stop you getting beaten up. They just provide witnesses to show the evidence of the fact that you got beaten up. It doesn't actually stop the crime itself. The police are probably not going to show up until an hour later, if at all. You're probably more likely to get an ambulance show up first. Shame though. But anyway, coming out, I'm nearly at the beach. And here we are, Abu Dhabi beach. Just right there in front of me. And look at the surroundings of it. It's beautiful, man. Sounds like I'm high over, so beautiful, man. But yeah, you've got like grass and palm trees and those big buildings right there. It's lovely, And if you can see behind me, you've got this strip of land after the water. That's kind of like another island that you can get to, but you got to go all the way round. And that kind of protects this beach from undercurrents and, like tsunamis, waves and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a natural defense. But yeah, this beach is so clean. I'm just wondering if it's a real beach or if it's artificially man-made. Like some beaches, they have like sand mined and put in. I'm just wondering. So I'm just walking down this promenade or corniche, as they call it in French and Arabic. And I've seen a free water station. That's the one cool thing. Like, if you want drinking water, they've got these little stations where you can fill up your bottle. And that's really important. You need that. So there you have it, free drinking water. It's pretty good as well. See, the secret is that most of the bottled water here in UAE is actually from the same source anyway, because they don't call it spring water here like they do in the UK, or mineral water. They just call it drinking water. And it's basically it's desalinated seawater, funnily enough. Like, most of the drinking water in the UAE comes straight from there, comes straight from the sea. Like, they got these massive desalination plants that turn the seawater into normal water. I don't know, like, a lot of people criticize it and say that it uses a lot of power and all the rest of it. But in a world where we need more water to drink, it's a good idea. You know, it's like you get a lot of countries here where there's not enough potable water to drink. So when you got initiatives like this, why not turn an abundant resource, and believe me, like the water in the ocean, the sea is infinite almost. Why not turn it into something to sustain human life, you know? I don't know why at the moment, you know, especially in the Western world, like the UK, the USA, like that, everyone seems to be all sort of hopped up on this like climate change stuff and the rest of it. And you know, you got all these like just stop oil protesters, but these people are hypocrites. End of the day, yeah, they're protesting to stop oil and stop gas and petrol and all that. But when they need an ambulance, are they gonna walk to the hospital? No, they're gonna rely on an ambulance to take them. Oh, and not only that, even these EVs, electric vehicles, they may be powered by electric, but where do you think the electric comes from? It comes from, you know, it comes from power plants, you know. So end of the day, it's a dead point. It makes no sense. You know, we need this stuff to live, you know. Anyway, enough of politics for today. Let's just enjoy this beach because it's so much nicer. But yeah, it's really, oh, it's beautiful right now. So clean. And there's a breeze coming from it as well. And believe me, here right now, the daily temperature gets up to something like 42, 45 degrees. So having this sea breeze in the morning is really nice. Because I know that give it 2 hours later, I'm not gonna be able to go outside for very long. So it's just nice just to be on it. And most people, yeah, if they've never been to Abu Dhabi, they wouldn't know. You know, everyone in the world, they just think Abu Dhabi is like this mega city, you know? They don't realize they got all this. It's lovely. Yeah, you got those towers behind me, but you know, that's what makes the place look cool as well. But yeah, I could spend all day here if it wasn't for the blazing sun, of course. So yeah, you see this, I'm right next to the beach. This in the Persian Gulf, which is mad because not long ago I was, where was I? Yeah, I was at the Mediterranean Sea. That was in Cyprus. That was a totally different sea altogether. Now I'm at this one. It's quite refreshing, you know, just being able to dip my feet in different seas. But I'm actually going to go get my feet wet. So you may be asking, how cold is the water right now? Is it going to be like icy cold? Is it going to be warm? Am I going to get a shock? Let's have a look. There's me, there's my feet. Don't sell those on Instagram, not Instagram, OnlyFans, please. All right, so here goes. Oh, that was amazing. Okay. Yeah, that water is totally perfect. It's not hot, it's not cold. It's just literally, that's like the perfect temperature water. I mean, there's my feet. That's literally like the perfect temperature of water. You couldn't get any better than that. If I brought my towel, I think I'd go for a swim right now. Hey, that's amazing. And you see this beach behind me, yeah? I don't know if they charge for those sun lounges or not. Not that you really need them, but this beach is almost empty. I mean, it's not like Benidorm or Costa del Sol where it's just packed with, you know, like lobster baking tourists. It's beautiful. Like, I would rate this beach over anything in Spain any day. Don't want to diss Spain or anything. I was in Alicante, about 6 months ago, and it was nice. It was nice. But here is just so much nicer. That's all I'm going to say. And it's peaceful. Totally peaceful. And this water is clean as well. Really beautiful, you know. I know I seem to come off quite positive in some ways, and maybe people want to hear negatives about where I am, but I can't come up with any negatives at the moment. It's just, I'm just happy to be here. Anyways, I'm heading away from the beach now. Got my feet wet. It's lovely and everything, but give it about an hour and it's gonna be too hot to be on here. Like, this place will turn literally into a frying pan. Like, I'm still walking bare feet on the sand right now, but you know, give it about an hour, hour and a half, this sand is gonna literally fry my feet. I won't be able to do that. But in the evening, if I want to come back, it's also good. But during midday, don't even think about it. stay in the shade, stay inside, or go to the mall or whatever, but midday, don't even think about it. You'll get burned. How about this for a fun day, yeah? How much would it take to persuade somebody to walk bare feet on the concrete just over there? Like how much, like if I offered someone maybe 100 dirham, like 20 quid, would they walk bare feet on that concrete for like a minute? I don't know, that'd be funny. So this sign behind me has caught my eye, and I've seen this terminology written practically everywhere in government institutions like hospitals, airports, places like that. Here, like we call people disabled people in the UK. That's the common name for people with disabilities. But here, they call people of determination. That's what they call the disabled here, and I love that. I think that is awesome. Like, it's a much better term. Rather than focusing on the fact that somebody can't do something, they've spun it around and say, well, they're determined and they're trying anyway. I wish the UK would adopt that, people of determination. That's a really nice phrase. I love the way that's been presented, Just want to reiterate how good it is to have these water stations here. Because you know what, I'm on my second one of these already. And you can see by the way it's misted up, it's cold, it comes out pretty cold. And you need it, because you know what, I've drank 2 of these already, and I still don't even need to go to the toilet, which just tells me that it's evaporating out of me faster than it's going down. So you see that over there, that's the truck making all that noise. So I want to head back over that way, back to where I'm staying, because it's starting to get a bit hot now. And to go there, I've got to go through the underpass again. Like, you can't really cross the road here. But there's actually a good thing, rather than stopping traffic, just go under instead, But I'm going to recommend, if anyone wants to come to Abu Dhabi, come in winter time rather than now. Because now is July. Lovely as it is, all the trees, it's beautiful, but you are restricted. I've had about 3 weeks to acclimatize, so I'm not nearly as hot as I was. I'm handling it a lot better, but believe me, it's still hot, especially in the daytime. So if you're going to come here like I did. I came here about a year and a half ago in December. It's perfect. Like December, winter time here is like Mediterranean weather. It just becomes, it's like 30 in the day and it's about like 22 at night. It's the most perfect weather you can get. But yeah, that's what I will recommend if anyone's going to come here. And when I say if you come here, what I mean to say is you should come here. I don't see any reason why people wouldn't come here. It's amazing as a holiday destination, even to live. It's been rated the safest city in the world. The safest city in the world is here, which is amazing. And a lot of people, like Westerners, they'll say, oh, but you can't get alcohol here, you can't get this or that here, and they've got like strict laws on, sort of modesty and stuff. It's really not that strict, but to be honest, the modesty is a common sense thing. Who wants to see people walk around half naked anyway? And the alcohol, you actually can get it here. It's just that it's a bit more limited and it's not as free-flowing as it is in, say, Spain or Greece or wherever. But you definitely can get it here. I've even seen shops for it. And, if officially, like if you're a non-Muslim, you have no restrictions on that. It's only for the Muslims, but it's actually restricted, which, we don't drink anyway. But definitely I would recommend it. A bit of an echo because I'm in this underpass again. But yeah, there's that sun. You can see it beating on my face. It's already getting strong. So let me head back. And the best thing is here at the moment, like the UAE attracts like the right kind of tourist. It attracts respectful tourists, people who come for the culture, come for the food, and they have a really good time. You look at Spain at the moment, the locals are protesting, and they're protesting directly at us, British. They're not protesting any other nationalities, they're protesting us because, you know, we go there and we behave like animals. You know, this whole half naked thing or getting drunk and all that, it's disgusting, it's embarrassing. You know, it's not the alcohol per se, but it's the amounts that are being consumed. And everyone loses their mind and they start fighting on the beach and they just create havoc, you know. So at the moment, you know, the locals are fighting back and they're saying, nah, stay in your country or go elsewhere, don't come here. So that's all I'm saying, like, you know, anywhere you go, have some respect for yourself and others. You know, you don't need to do this. You know, everyone's gonna hate on me and say, oh, but we're on holiday, it's all right and all that. Is it really all right to wreak havoc in someone else's country and make everyone else feel unsafe? I beg to differ, you know? But, yeah, that's all I gotta say, really. For those of you who actually watched all the way through my Bahrain videos, you know what I was saying before about, like, the logic of tight streets and high buildings, yeah? It's like here as well, like, you got these really tall buildings, and right now it's totally shaded the sun, like, the temperature's probably dropped about 10 degrees just standing in this area right now, and it's nice to walk. There's even a breeze, like it's quite windy and it's really refreshing, you know. But you know what, where I was just stood at the crossing there, the sun was right on me, the humidity's here, the humidity's probably like 90%, and I was actually just sweating standing in one place. Like, sweat was coming out of every pore in my body. But now standing on, like walking on this street, because it's so shaded and the sun's like been hidden, it's actually, you know, it's cooled the place down. Honestly, the temperature's dropped. So I see the logic in like Middle Eastern countries by building these tall structures, because they are preserving the streets, you know. And also another beautiful thing around this city so far, I've not seen a single homeless person, not one. There's nobody. Maybe I'm being naive, maybe they hide them away, I don't know. But then again, if they're hidden away or being indoors, technically that's not exactly homeless. That means you've got a shelter, a place to sleep, you know. I mean, in England we've got a very antiquated system where, you know, they sort of dictate that, yeah, one person has to have one room and it has to meet this condition, this condition, this condition. But to be honest, like, I've been dozens of countries and I've slept in dormitories. Even Australia, and Australia is just as, if not more developed than the UK. And I slept in a room with 8 other people, but it was fine. I actually made a lot of friends in that dormitory, in fact. Like, friends that I've still got on Facebook to this day. And you have like a camaraderie around that. And yes, you do get substance abuse, you get, you know, undesirable characters, but believe me, when you're in a shared accommodation or a dormitory where most of the people are decent, those undesirables, they get kicked out quick. They don't get tolerated, you know. If you're, say there's like 8 of you in a room and one of them happens to have a substance problem or is making havoc, we get rid of them, simple as. They have to go elsewhere, they live with their own people, you know. But I'm digressing again, as I'm saying, you know, I don't really see homeless people here. Maybe people don't have a lot of money, maybe some people are struggling, but from what I've seen, eating is not a problem here. Food is dirt cheap. You can go to the shop and you can buy a packet of bread for the equivalent of about 20 pence, 30 pence. You know, people can eat here. Even tea on the street is 1 dirham, it's like 20 pence. You know, they don't have that problem, not like the UK. I know, again, I keep bashing my country. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, but I just get dissatisfied. You know, the UK is my country. You know, I don't have any other nationality, so I should be able to call out the rights and wrongs of it. You know, it's like, where am I going with this? The point is, this is why I travel, because I see what is right and what's wrong with my country and other countries too. But when I'm here, I just get this, I get a resentment of England, because I ask myself, why can't England be more like here? England, they seem to give right to the criminals and to like the junkies and everything else. And everyone who's trying to live right and live properly has to suffer that. We're meant to keep quiet and let these people run havoc, you know? Why should it be like that? You look at the recent crime wave of all these like thefts and phone snatchings, yeah? Or like people stealing mopeds and bikes. Yet, if we, the citizen, apprehend those people, or if we try to get our stuff back and those criminals get injured in the process, we get prosecuted, not the criminal. The criminal can actually sue us. I'll tell you something, I'd love to see someone try and get away with that here. It would just not happen. They wouldn't last a minute, you know? And I want to give a shout out to Bukele in El Salvador for a great job he's done on reforming his country. You know, he sent all the gang members to prison, all of them, and people will scream human rights. But if you're terrorizing your own population, you lost your human rights. I'm sorry, it sounds harsh, but you know, that's the way it is. Yo, so I had to get caracolas here, mandatory. Check that out. Yeah, it's too hot right now. You see by my red face, I just need to get in the shade for a while. You got all the snacks behind me. Just in the street, you know. Yo, I had to get me one of these vadas as well. It's kind of like an Indian donut, but it's like savory and it's got like spices and curry leaves in it. Goes perfectly with the tea because it's like a sweet and salty kind of combo, you know. Alright, now I've eaten and drank tea and re-energized. Better just press on with my walk. Anyway, I'm looking for a suitcase because I need to basically bring all the stuff I brought home with me, and I can't put it in hand luggage because a lot of it's like liquid, a few of it anyway. But yeah, let's press on. The sun is getting increasingly stronger. It's probably close to about 9:30 now. I've got about a window of an hour to get this done and get back to where I'm staying before I get completely obliterated. Anywho, so anyway, I'm getting close to day to day, which is my go-to for anything I want to buy here major. And it's funny, like during the day, this place looks so different than it does at night. Like nighttime, it's all neon lights, it's busy, but right now it's almost deserted. Like the streets, I mean, it's not a surprise because it's absolutely baking hot, and only an idiot would be outside right now, like me, getting fried in this. But I just want to get something done before it gets really hot, you know? So here we are, day to day. There it is right behind me. And not nearly as illuminated as it is at night. Looks kind of dull in the day, really, and there's practically no people, which is a good thing because when it comes to paying for stuff, there's usually really long queues. But I think right now I'll have the shop all to myself. Anyway, I'm going inside to hide from the sun. Yeah, I don't want to film too much because I'm not really allowed to. But I just like the sound of this in the background. It's just really relaxing. Alright, mission accomplished. Got myself a suitcase, as you can see. Not really meant to film inside, so I didn't. But yeah, now I'm gonna walk back and it's getting really hot. So wish me